National security analyst and retired Air Force Lieutenant General Richard Newton is joining us right now. Good morning to you, sir. Clearly, this is an important development as we monitor what's happening in both Russia and Ukraine. But there was a term, civil war, being used. Is that a bit strong here?
Good morning, Adrienne. I believe it is. Secretary Blinken said yesterday on all the talk shows, certainly, that it was an extraordinary event. I would add also it was rather chaotic and extraordinarily tense also of this 24-hour rebellion. It was really Prigozhin, who has really been very angry with the Russian military over the last several months, finally, tipped his hand and created this rebellion and really got within about, 2 hours or so of Moscow, and then saw that he did not have the support of the Russian military, nor frankly the political class inside of Russia. So he made a deal with the president of Belarus, and so that's really what I think stopped the rebellion at that point. But nonetheless, this is extraordinarily significant. It does have an impact, I think, at some point on Ukraine for the long term, but it bears very close watching over the next certainly 24 to 96 hours and perhaps even beyond.
And U.S. intelligence reportedly knew about the Wagner Group's plans to revolt before it started, but because it was aborted, this mutiny, because it was over before it began, why is it important? Why should Americans care?
Well, Americans should care because it shows a rather lack of leadership inside of Russia with Putin, as well as it could be, cracks in the facade of what is perceived as Russian unity. And now you've got what could have been an armed rebellion against Russia, which has the largest stockpile of nuclear weapons in the world. That's my first concern. And so if you have a chaotic situation such as this, it really begs for concern across not only Russia, but certainly in NATO and Europe and for the rest of the free world. Otherwise, though, you've got, Prigozhin here. We really don't know his whereabouts. Reportedly that he's going to be headed to Belarus, but it takes away from Putin, who created or helped create this Wagner Group that is, a ruthless mercenary force that has demonstrated, warfare in both Syria and Africa and now in Ukraine. They're somewhat taken off the board in Ukraine. And so Putin's military is weak already. But what happens over the next several weeks and several months regarding Ukraine is also going to be very closely monitored. And I think it really gives an opportunity for President Zelensky in Ukraine to perhaps really now kick off this counteroffensive. But let's hold off on that for now. But I think you're going to see, again, perhaps Ukraine now holds more of the cards.
But how do we know this isn't more propaganda? The two, Putin and Prigozhin, longtime friends and allies, could this be some type of psychological warfare?
No, I don't think so. I think the practicality of what we've seen play out, the fact that, again, Prigozhin has now been taken off the board, if you will, and we know that he's, again, been somewhat defeated by Putin now, because it's almost as if he turned on to Putin, and Putin, put his foot down, and certainly was also, it's very clear now in terms of intelligence reports that the Russian military and the Russian political elites, again, supported Putin in this case. Now, there's other considerations here. What happens next in the mind of Putin, who, by the way, I believe and others believe is now a weakened leader, both seen in terms of his lack of strong leadership, trying to, fend off Prigozhin, but also his judgment is called into play here. But what happens next? Does perhaps the Minister of Defense Shoigu, is he now replaced with someone else? But what we clearly know, Adrienne, is that the Russian military is in a weakened state, and in even a more weakened state right now, because the Wagner Group is no longer in play, but also the fact that this demonstrates that Prigozhin and 4,000 of his troops and 200 vehicles or so can actually, try to attempt a rebellion, as we saw on that road to Moscow, but is held back. And he also, for his own survival, I think, negotiated a deal with the president of Belarus.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.